Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be testing out the new Morphe 39S Such a Gem palette. Now, did I need this palette? No, I didn't. Morphe had a sale on their website just recently for like 20% off the entire site, and that's when I was looking at it again and I was like, well, it's 20% off. Let's just get it. So this is what she looks like if you haven't already seen. I'm just going to take the protector away. So this is her right here. Really beautiful purple shades. I'm very, very excited to create a few looks using this palette. I just think that, yeah, the colours in this are really, really lovely. Do I need this amount of purple in my life? Honestly, no, I don't. But look, as I said, I really couldn't resist the sale. And, you know, I thought for the price of, well, normally this retails for $49. So hang on, let's do some math here. $39.20. Still, in hindsight, probably too much. But I got it and we're going to review it. So there you go. If this sounds like a video you guys might be interested in, then please keep on watching. I really hate these things. I mean, I get the point of them, obviously, but they just bother me, especially when they put like the names of the shadows on there, because I personally don't have a tendency to hold on to them all that much. I probably should, but I don't. And, you know, when you have to like keep referring back to it, like really? Okay, so to give you guys a little bit more information about this palette, it consists of 39 shades for your lavish life. Meet your bejeweled bestie. Use the mattes, shimmers, metallics and glitter finishes to luxe up your face and eye look. Then swipe to the supersized gel-like shades for a flashy highlight or next level eye topper. Well, that does sound pretty interesting. So of course what they are referring to there are the shades in the center of this palette, which are obviously much, much larger than the others. And from what I have seen online, they are supposed to be used as like topper shades or as like highlighting shades. So it will be very interesting to dip into those. For me personally, look, I'm not really into swatches, I've got to tell you, so I'm not going to sit here and swatch the whole palette for you. I just think it's a complete waste of time and product, to be honest. But I must say, I am really, really interested in this one right here, because that to me looks like a pure glitter. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that. And it definitely feels like it too. It's like a loosely pressed glitter, but this is what the glitter looks like. Really quite pretty. It has a number of different sort of reflex running through it, so I can see pink, I can see copper, I can see silver, and I can also see some gold coming through it. So a really interesting colour combination. So yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to use that or where I'm going to use that yet, but we'll see. So to start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put some shadow shields on for this look. Now, if you are interested, you can buy these from the Morphe website, the US website. Otherwise, in Australia, you'll probably have to jump on eBay to try and find them. But I do really, really love these. And I find that particularly if you have hooded eyes like myself, they really do help to get that sort of precise wing effect with any form of shadow that you use. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and place these on my eye now. Now for my eyeshadow base, I am going to go ahead and use the P. Louise base, but this time I'm actually going to use it in the shade white. This should really help with those colours, really make them pop. Okay, so once you have your primer down like so, it's time to dip into these shadows. And the one good thing with the P. Louise primers is that you don't actually have to set them with any other powder. They literally are just good to go and apply the shadow. So the first shade that I'm going to dip into is this one over here. It's a matte shade and it is called Berry Please. So I'm just using, again, a Morphe brush, very fitting. So this is the JH31, the JH31 brush. And yeah, I think I might just apply it slightly above my crease. But have a look at that color on the brush. How beautiful does that look? All right, wish me luck, guys, because I really don't know where this is going. First impressions, I must admit, I'm a little bit surprised because this is going down on a white base as well. So naturally the pigmentation really should be there and it should be very, very vibrant and, you know, there. And for me at this point, I'm feeling it's a little bit lackluster. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more just to sort of try and really brighten it up and bring that pigmentation out. I mean, it's there. Like there really is no denying that there's pink on my eyes, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know what it is. I felt like I was expecting it to be slightly more pigmented than what it is. Okay, so next up we're going to go into this matte purple shade up here, and that is called Make It Rain, as in the Queen reigning. Not raining as in like outside rain. And what I'm going to use is just my MAC. This is a 233 brush, so just a flat packing brush. And I'm just going to start to place that on the outside corner, just in packing motions. Just bringing it, oh, that's quite pigmented. That's really nice. I'm just going to drag it a little bit. Then from there I'm going to take the same brush that I was using just before and dip into, what was it, Make It Rain. And what I'm going to do is just take this through where I've just placed all that pink, just to really start to deepen this all up. Okay, and so once you have everything looking like a real right hot mess, as I do right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit more of that base. I'm going to take a little bit of this base, whack it in the center like that, look up and start to cut this crease. Now don't be too concerned if it bleeds, if the color bleeds into the white and it starts to look like a purple crease. It's not going to affect the overall look, and if anything it will actually benefit it, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Okay, so from there what we're going to do is jump into Total Goals, which is this one right here. Now this is going to be quite an iridescent sort of shade, and I will just show you what I mean. So as you can see, it is quite sheer. So I'm hoping that this is why I wasn't too concerned about the white blending into the purple and the pink as much, because I'm like, well, you know, it's only going to be an iridescent shade that goes down on it. So if anything, I'm hoping it's going to help with the pigmentation. But yeah, so firstly what I'm going to do is using my finger, get a good amount on my finger and just start to place that into the cut crease. Taking a little bit more and just really lightly tapping it in. That is a really pretty shade. Like, I have to say, that is actually quite beautiful. I really like that. Now I do just want to use a little packing brush just to see how it picks up on the brush. So it does seem to pick up quite alright, if you can see that. So I'm just going to start to layer a little bit, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump back into, what was it, Rain? Something Rain? Hang on, I'll tell you. Make It Rain. So I'm going to jump back into Make It Rain, which is that really deep purple colour. And I'm just using a JH40 brush. I love this brush because it's really quite small but fluffy. And yeah, I really love it for work on the outside of the crease. On the outside of the crease. I'm like, what the hell am I talking about? I love it for detailed work on my outer corner. I'm not going to apply any more of it, but I'm just going to grab the same brush that we used before and just sort of drag it in. Just because I want to try and eliminate some harsh lines. Just make it, you know, a little bit more blended. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Alright, so from there I'm just going to grab this really tiny detailed pencil brush. This one here is by Makeup Geek and it's literally just called the pencil brush. And I'm going to dip back into the original colour that we used, that beautiful pink colour. Just because I feel like we definitely have lost a lot of it, and I just kind of want to redefine, and like when I'm going over this, I'm barely touching it, but I just want to sort of like redefine that new crease that we created and bring a little bit of that pink back. And just so it doesn't look like a line of pink, what I'm going to do is with my Inglot 6SS brush. I'm just going to use, it's completely clean, and I'm just going to go over that area and really buff it in and just keep it all nice and blended. Time for our inner corner. So what I want to do is use this shade just here, and this is called Here For It. So again, it's more of like that iridescent sort of shade, very similar to the one that we put over the lid, just this time it's far more heavier in a pink pearl. So this is it next, that's it there next to the other one. So yeah, it's far more of a pink reflective pearl. I really think it's quite beautiful, and I just want to sort of hit that in the middle there. So I'm just going to take, this is on a Morphe Y22 brush, and just literally place it right in there. Okay, I think that is looking really, really pretty. So now I'm just kind of deciding, do I want to put some liner on there or not? This is always the thing, isn't it? Do I do liner? Do I not do liner? I do want to put some liner on here and obviously do the rest of my face makeup. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that off of camera real quick, and I'll be right back. And we are back. And I have to tell you guys, I am feeling really, really good with how, is that lipstick on my teeth? And we're back, and I have to tell you guys, I still have lipstick on my teeth. Okay guys, so this is the final look, and I have to tell you, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Like, I'm really impressed actually. So I do want to let you guys know that, you know, I opened up my glitter drawer and this happened. So I ended up putting a little bit of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal in the shade Grind just over my cut crease section of the lid, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and quickly apply a little bit more into my inner corner just to show you guys the effect that it'll have, because I really just do feel that it's just, it brings it all together, if you know what I mean. I probably put way, in fact I definitely put way too much on, but at the same time I don't think there's such thing as too much glitter, so what can I say? But yeah, so I did go ahead and add a little bit of that on. Also, my liner was a little bit of a fail. Like, I just kind of, they were uneven, it went too big. If I had a thicker lash, I honestly would probably be wearing a thick lash right now, but this is like the thickest that I have at the moment because I'm trying out the whole bridal natural look. So there's that. But again, as I was saying before, I am still pretty happy with how this is looking. Now, I do want to jump back into this palette and try out one of the middle shades as a highlighter, because I did read that that's sort of, you know, was the design of it and what you were supposed to do. So the shade that I thought that I would use as a highlight was this one here. Really beautiful goldy champagne color. Now, this one is called, let me just get my sheet again, see how inconvenient this is. Okay, so this is called Catch the Light. Quite an appropriate name for a highlighter. So I'm just going to take my little highlighting brush, so this is the JH09 Morphe brush, and just sort of dip it in. It does have a little bit of kickback. It is quite glittery, so it might be a little bit chunky, but we'll see. Hopefully I hope this shows. Oh. No. You could definitely use this as a highlighter if you wanted to. I'm not going to, because this is just not my style of highlight. I don't like the, oh god, now I really need to work this up. I'm not really into the whole chunky glitter highlight look. Oh, that was a massive fail. Oh no! Okay, let me just work this off. Hang on. I feel like my contour is slightly harsh. Oh well, that's fine, whatever. Okay, so guys, I have fixed my highlight. I am not into a chunky highlight. It's just not my bag. It's not my deal. It's not my vibe. However, which other ways you want to say it, it's just not me. So I have gone ahead and just basically fluffed it off as much as I could and fixed it with my Old Faithful, which is the Merry Luminizer by The Balm. So absolutely, this one right here. Love this highlighter. So I think it's just beautiful. So anyway, if you are into a chunky highlight, however, that is totally fine. Go ahead and use it. It will achieve the look that you're after. But for me personally, it's not my style. So yeah, this is look 1. And yeah, I'm just about to go ahead and insert look 2 for you now. And at the end of that, I will give you my final thoughts and review on this palette. So guys, here we are with the look number 2. I have to say again, I'm really happy with how this look turned out. I did think it was important to use different products to what I used yesterday just to see how the palette would react to that. So I primed my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I also cut the crease using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now, I did experience a little bit of issues with what I believe is the Shape Tape Concealer. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in just so you can see what I'm talking about, because I do have some cracking on the area where I did do the cut crease. So as you guys can see, there is a little bit of cracking on the lids. So yeah, I did actually try to remedy that using a little bit more of the eyeshadow and some setting spray, just to see if I sort of, you know, moisten the area, or if I could make it sort of blend a little bit better and work. But yeah, the cracking is still there. I mean, it's not, you know, nothing outrageously bad, but it is definitely still there, and I definitely don't think it's the eyeshadows that have done this. I definitely think it's the technique I used in cutting the crease with the Shape Tape. So, you know, going forward, if it was me personally, I probably wouldn't recommend cutting your crease with the Shape Tape using this palette. Definitely the P. Louise base that I used yesterday did work really well, and so yeah, I would probably recommend using that one above anything else. Okay, so aside from that, let's go ahead and look at this palette. It is gigantic, and you know, there are just so many pinks and purples in this palette. It is beautiful. If you really want my honest opinion, I don't believe that we needed this many shades. I don't think, you know, you need 39 shades of this color scheme. I think probably maybe half of this palette would have been sufficient, but at the same time, I have to say I really do enjoy it. I did think it was important to create a different look today as to what I did yesterday. I really wanted to avoid the bright, you know, the bright colors in this palette, because, you know, you can see it does have some really lovely brown tones running through this palette as well. So I thought it was important to test them out as well, and, you know, show off what you can do with them. And also, unlike yesterday, I had a much better experience using this shade right here as my cheek highlight for the day. So yeah, definitely recommend this one as a highlight. As I said yesterday, I just found these ones to be a little bit too on the chunky side for me, but if you do like a chunky highlight, like I said yesterday, then you could definitely get away with using them for sure. Overall, price-wise, look, I will be honest with you, the only reason why I picked this palette up was because Morphe had a 20% sale, like a 20% off sale on their entire website. And so when that, you know, when I got that email, I was literally just like, add to cart. Like, I love purple shadows, honestly. So when I saw this, I was really interested, but I just couldn't justify $49 for basically a purple palette of 39 shades. I was like, Do I need it? It's a big palette. It'll probably just sit in my collection like all my other palettes do. Then the sale happened and I was like, okay, I need this. And I'm really, really happy that I got it because I have to say the quality of the shadows are really good, as I said, and yeah, there is just so many different looks that you can go ahead and create using this palette. So overall, definitely this is a massive thumbs up from me. Really affordable and really good quality. So if you are into that purpley pink color scheme, I would definitely recommend going and checking it out. And yeah, that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. I really do appreciate your support and love on this channel. So if you did like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be sure to see you guys on the next one. Mwah. Bye, guys.